From out of the shadows, the dead face of Dante Alighieri was looking back at him. Oh! Hello! You just got me reading Dan Brown, Inferno. Welcome along to our first segment for HHK Movies for Amateur Hour. This week we are starting our first week of Amateur Movies, and let's review the first movie in our segment, Standards of Living.
It has come to my attention that there is a film, no, a movie that was shot entirely using an iPad 2. That's right, a tablet with only 780p resolution and auto exposure. Auto exposure. These amateurs besmirch the sanctity of the silver screen. This is not cinema. This is not cinema.
Well, that's the trailer for Standards of Living, written and directed by Aaron Mento. It's a full feature-length movie and shot on an iPad 2, which, as the trailer says, has auto exposure! A dark comedy horror pulls on the same sort of strings as Evil Dead. Actually quite a good movie. We have romance, knives, plenty of blood, and we have blocked toilets. So that's pretty much got everything you want in there. You know, you've got to have things like a horror-based plumber, blocked toilets that always seem to get full of people trying to flush bodily parts. Put them in the green bin. So the entire movie sort of deals with a guy that's absolutely terrible at comedy. No, it's not a film based on me, unfortunately. Of how Peter ends up coming from this terrible down and out, down on his luck shithead. He's not even a bad human being, he's just a waste of lungs. And to just sort of see this character development of him sort of going through a bit of turmoil and just eventually sort of trying to save the day. You've got to watch the ending, because it is an attempt to save the day. It's a genuinely good watch. I never got bored of the film. There's a particular scene which is the ending of the film. It's the very end. So sort of to watch this film you have to watch it all the way till the end. It's a climactic ending. I almost threw my guts up over. It is friggin' horrendous. It is, oh god, you won't see it coming. I've been exposed to this ending too many times now. Don't eat before you watch this movie. You don't want anything in your stomach that you might actually gag over. And how he's managed to do the entire thing with an iPad 2. An iPad 2! Auto exposure! But you've got to give it a watch. You really, really have. It all comes together really, really well. And to be honest, I'm a bit of a fan of a dark horror film myself. And it also deals with quite a few taboo subjects of things like parallel universe slavery. Something that is always on my agenda. We should always stop parallel universe slavery.
What was your favourite scene from the movie?
It's the ending. It's the ending. It's basically, yeah, it's the ending. There's a good scene where we might have to cut that out.
If you could compare it to one other movie, what would you compare it to?
It is one of the weirdest films I think I've ever seen. For it to come from the creative, definitely warped mind of an amateur filmmaker. It's the only film I can sort of compare it to is an 80s Evil Dead. This time it's Peter the Soothsayer, not Bruce Campbell unfortunately, although Chainsaw Hand would actually go down quite nicely in this movie. Aaron, we've got a sequel! We have a sequel! Let's get it all down on paper. Nobody particularly likes Marmite. This isn't a real fire, for anyone that was worried that I was sitting too close to a fire.
I'm not sure anyone was worried.
No. Ah! See, they're worried now. And let's address the wallpaper. Not particularly where we're going to carry on filming, so we just thought we'd get that out of the way. This guy keeps adding logs to this fire. He keeps freaking the shit out of me. The entire movie is shot on location in Malibu, California. Somewhere I would particularly like to go, but the boss doesn't pay me enough. Yeah, I think we're done.
Cool.
Right folks, that's the video review for Standards Living. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you check out the entire film for yourself. The link is below. Make sure you also hit the subscribe button and comment in the section below as well. And we'll see you next time. You got it all, yeah?
Yep.